Hello and welcome to the channel once again, and these are my pickups and things I got for Christmas that I should have done this video ages ago, and it was supposed to be an extra one and still do a 9 minutes of 90s, but unfortunately my computer's saying no this week, and that's why I'm recording it a different way. So hopefully it looks alright. I'm recording it in the middle of the day, so there's sun everywhere and it's probably terrible lighting and you get stuff reflecting in my glasses, but you know, if you want to see what I've got, and there'll be gameplay footage as well, instead of just looking at my ugly mug the whole time, well, stick around till after the titles. So here we are. So it's the sort of things I picked up this month. Some of them were some Christmas gifts, because obviously we had Christmas long ago, and then a few I went out and bought as well. So the first one, let's get straight into it, is a game I wouldn't really got, but I sort of play weekly with my friends, and we'd sort of exhausted the games we've sort of been playing, and one of them suggested, shall we try this game? And it's one I wouldn't have really tried on my own, because it's called Monster Hunter World. And you might have seen it, and we only got it because it was dirt cheap. I think it's about £6 in CEX now. But yeah, we sort of wanted to do it to play each other against each other, because there's sort of games, isn't it? To have a sort of community chat every each week, and it's all right. I find it quite difficult to actually get on to play with each other on a match and go and kill a monster. We've done it a couple of times, so it's quite awkward in that sense. But it's fairly enjoyable. I haven't got the hours to put into it and play it properly, but I recommend it if you want to have a little go, and hopefully it'll get better once we actually figure out how to play with each other properly. But there you go. Another game I did put on my Christmas list. Now what I did for Christmas, because I wanted some sort of surprises. I hate when you just go, can I have this? And then you know exactly what you're going to get. So I wanted games, so I sent about a list of 50 odd or more games to my wife. So I sort of knew I wanted games, but I don't know which game she'd get me. So she got me this one as one of them, The Witcher Wild Hunt, Game of the Year edition. And as you can see, it's still in cellophane because there's no hope of me playing this game at the moment. I've got a nice backlog to go through. I was going to do a backlog video, but I've got several games and quite a few of my RPGs I just want to get through this year, get off the list. So I probably will play that, obviously, and I really want to. I've tried the first couple of hours before, but it's just huge. I liked it, and I love the TV series. And obviously, everybody goes, it's awesome. It's a great game, but it's going to be probably later in the year. But it can sit there, sitting on the shelf for now. I've got it. I'm glad I've got it. Next thing, I got some PlayStation 2 games, but to help me play some of these PlayStation 2 games, I thought I'd get myself a lovely new adapter. Now this one I got is dirt cheap. It's $8.99, so you can't expect great things from it, you'd think. But I was looking at all the others on Amazon, where I got it from, and you can get up to about 40-50 quid, but they all seem to do exactly the same things and have the same sort of reviews. So I thought, well, I'll just go for the $8.99 one then, won't I? $8.99. So as you can see, it sort of fits right. I've got a little footage of how it fits into my PS2 Slim, and it's a bit awkward on the back. It's a bit tight. If I was leaving it all the time plugged in, I'd be quite happy with it, but so you might want from that, you know, if you leave it plugged in, it's a good solution. And also the USB, the power comes round to the front on the Slim. I've read in the comments that if you've got the big fat one, you need a longer cable, so that's the sort of thing to be wary of if you did get one of these. But yeah, because I'm plugging it in and out, I think I don't want to wreck the actual port, so we'll have to see how that goes. I will obviously feedback in the future and go, my PS2's broken because of this, you know why. But yeah, if you want to see what the quality of the footage is, well, I'm going to show you some games I got now, and I've captured it using this, so you can have a little view and see how you feel about it. So the first game that I got was, oh, not list down, The Incredibles: Rise of the Underminer. Now again, I put this on the list, and the reason I sort of put this on the list is it's a nice two-player game, but my daughter's just sort of got into Incredibles, and she really likes them. And we had the first one on the PlayStation. I thought, oh, that'd just be a nice game to play maybe with her. I mean, if not, then I can play it with my lad who's a bit older, but that's the sort of reasoning. And it looks quite good, and like I say, it's a nice two-player co-op game if you want to have a go at that. So that looks interesting. That's on my list. It was probably them, you know, my wife probably went in the shop, go and pick a game for your dad, and that's probably what they picked anyway. So that'd be nice. We'll have a little play of that. Another one is Crash of the Titans. Now, I just thought I've also got the original ones on the PlayStation or played them. I haven't really played a lot of the ones after that were on the PS2 and everything. And I did originally have this Crash of the Titans. I think I had the Wii version for some reason. But it's one of them that I sort of played a little bit. It was annoying with the nunchucks and everything. And yeah, I think I traded in for something better at the time. But yeah, so you could have got it on the 360, but obviously everything was put on the PS2 at the time for really, it was the popular console. Even when the next generation had come along. So yeah, that should be good. I'm looking forward to having to go a bit of Crash, having to dive into that. And then something else I got to help me play games anyway, and to maybe help me stream was the idea, some games from this console, but really just so it's handily plugged in now into the lounge, because I usually use my main converter for converting all my Mega Drives and SNES other things. I'm not taking that up on the telly. I got this little Wii to HDMI converter, and again, it was the cheapest one going. Originally, I seen these last year for about $8.99, but inflation, prices going up, shortages, it was about £12 now. So that's astronomical jump, but yeah. And yeah, it's okay to be honest. From what I've seen of it so far, some people complain about the colours and everything. I just really wanted it to play Wii Sports. It looks fine. That it does look a little bit darker, because that's what people moan about. If you go into really dark rooms, you can't see as much. But I'm sure you could turn the brightness up on your telly if it was that affecting. And the only other thing is it can come through for free. Some TVs will just automatically do it, but mine didn't. But obviously, I just had to change the settings to spread it out to 16:9, because it would then be in proportion. It just squashed it down like that for some reason. So it will be in proportion when you put it 16:9. But that might just be a problem of consideration if you did get one of them yourself, because if you plugged it into a computer monitor like mine, I'd be like, it's a bit harder to change it to 16:9. I don't even know if I can do it. So that'd be a consideration. But yeah, it's just a handy little thing. It doesn't need any power, just slot it straight in the back, so that's bargain. And then great, I might be able to play some Wii games and catch them, and definitely GameCube. And GameCube is another game I'm going to show you now from that system, because I don't get a lot of GameCube games, but I got Star Fox. Stop. Do you know I've recorded this twice, and I still nearly said a rude word just saying it. Star Fox Adventures. Yeah, there's a bit about this game in it. I had it originally when it came out on the GameCube. And I think, yeah, Star Fox, because I love the N64 one, and I love Star Wing on the SNES. And yeah, I got it home, and it's like, what is this? It's a weird platform thing. I'm not in my spaceship. You're not shooting things. And yeah, I got rid of it not long after. And I think that's everybody's sort of take on the game at the time. But now, once learning about what happened with this game, is that it's not really supposed to be a Star Fox game. It was designed as sort of like Dinosaur Planet or something, a lovely platformer there, and then Nintendo went, whoa, got to stick an IP on it, let's whack Star Fox on it. And you're like, well, that's the worst IP to stick on it. And that's why it confused it, because everyone going, yeah, Star Fox game, we're going to be in space shooting stuff, and then it's this weird platformer. So if you take that away, I think this is why actually now loads of people going, it's a really good game if you can take from that, and just ignore you got the Star Fox skins on it. So I'm looking forward to that and actually giving it a proper go now, because I really like the look of that and sound of that. So that's a good one to have in the collection, and I'll try and play a bit of that, get that on my channel. Now, as you saw in my pickups or my update in December, is I've got an Xbox Series X, because I couldn't get a PlayStation 5, so I've got Series X. We could go down the controversy, did I get the right decision with the whole Game Pass and Activision thing, but we'll leave that for another day. But yeah, I got some original Xbox games, and I do want to pick up an original Xbox so I can know, because not everything's backwards compatibility, but I've sort of managed to get some that are definitely backwards compatible, so I can play them either on my 360 or on the Series X, and obviously, because you can see from the upcoming captured footage that I can do it. So the first game is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, and I was actually really surprised. I found this on eBay, dirt cheap, and I thought, I'll get it, because I'm planning to get an original Xbox in the future, but it does actually play on the 360, and I'm sure it wasn't on the backwards compatibility list, but someone can shout at me in the comments going, of course it is, Chris, you just can't read, which is true, and I have glasses. Anyway, yeah, it's not really my sort of cup of tea, to be fair, with skating games. Not really played any of them. But they're supposed to be the best series. 4 is probably the worst. Probably why it was cheap. But I'll have a go at it. And just from watching a bit of the footage, I think I quite like just knocking people off in the pier and doing things like that. That looks, being mischievous on a skateboard appeals to me rather than doing tricks. But I'll have a go. Maybe put a bit on my channel, see how I went with that. Another one, I've not managed to play any of the Arkham series yet. It's on my to-do list. It's one of my games definitely going to play through Arkham Asylum and start that. But I also picked up Batman Begins. And again, looking from the footage, and at the time, it was really good. I think it got a good write-up and a really good Batman game. I think, obviously, the Arkham series, they progressed on it and actually made it a lot better. So it's probably a bit poor to play now, but I think the controls were quite good. And yeah, obviously, Batman Begins, a great film. So we'll have to see what the game's like to tie in. But yeah, that looks cool. I fancied that, bit of that. Now, the next game, got it for Christmas. Next couple of games I got for Christmas. And my wife got it me gladly, but sort of just laughed after. Was going, why the heck did you want this game? Because I played and completed it. And that is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, my wife's a huge fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She did a final year project at university about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And yeah, this is the reason she got an original Xbox, because I was PS2, but she got an Xbox because she wanted to play this game. So she literally bought an Xbox just to play this game, which was great. So she did play it all the way through because she enjoyed it. And of course, at the time, I was like, I'm not playing a Buffy game. It looks all right, but I've got more better things to be playing on my PS2. But yeah, I wanted it because it's only for Xbox One, so, as it says at the top. They had Chaos Bleeds, the sequel, didn't they? I think that went on every other console, GameCube and PS2. But yeah, this one was just an Xbox One. And out of the Xbox ones that I'll probably start collecting, especially the original, I think I'd just like to... I might get all of them. That's why I like an original Xbox, so I can get any ones I want if I see them. But I think I definitely just focus on the only 4 ones, the exclusive ones. So yeah, I'd like to have a quick go at that, and definitely probably a bit on my channel of that in the noughties or something. Next one. It's an RPG that'll probably take me ages to do, and they've revamped it recently, or it's coming out this year, isn't it? The remaster, redone one, but it is Knights of the Old Republic. Now, back in the day, like I say, I was PS2, and my wife was Xbox. She had the Xbox, and after a while, I thought, I'd like to play a few Xbox exclusives. So can I buy some games for your Xbox and just play them? I was like, yeah, of course. So I bought Knights of the Old Republic, thinking, yeah, Star Wars, going around, strashing, attacking people, being a Jedi, awesome. And I started playing it, and you get to your first battle, don't you, or fight thing, and it's turn-based. And this really threw me off at the time. I'm like, this ain't good, this ain't fun. Well, I'm pretty sure it's turn-based. You might be shouting at me now because I haven't played it now, but I'm pretty sure you took your turns, didn't you, fight? It's not just straight in there, attack with a lightsaber. It's like, have a go, they can hit you. And I really didn't like this at the time. I was like, oh no, this is not for me, and I got rid of it. Whereas now I'm older and wiser and feel like, I can handle turn-based things. I like to have a go at it and see. But yeah, like I said, I did have it and went, no. So hopefully, I'm hoping I like to have another crack at it, and hopefully I can get past that now. I haven't played quite a few turn-based games, and think it's a good one because it's supposed to be a classic. That's why they're remaking it. And finally, we're getting sort of to the end. I've got some Xbox 360 games. And they're not brilliant, so I can quickly, a couple of them, I'll just quickly go through them. They're just ones I wanted to start a collection of and actually play, and then so I've just got the start of a series or something. But the first one, it's another Star Wars one, is The Force Unleashed. And I did have this one originally, and I think it just got a bit samey in the middle, if I remember, that I sort of stopped it, went on to something new. I played it about halfway through, I think, but I thought, no, I want to have a good crack at it now, and it's quite cheap just to get back in the collection. Another one is I want to start a series. I thought, right, I'll start the first one. I've got a couple of them digitally downloaded. And that is Assassin's Creed. Now, it's dirt cheap. I'm not saying, it was only about £1, I think, to get it. But I want to start it, and I want to try it and have a good go. Now, the thing is, I'm rubbish at these sort of sneaking around games, isn't it? Like Siphon Filter and all that. I just can't do it. I'm all gun-ho. I do want to have a go because of the Assassin's Creed, especially the first 3, everyone rates them, saying they're really good, and then it starts going a bit weird, doesn't it, out of the ways. So yeah, I really want to try the first one, see if I can get on with it, and then I can progress onward. I might not, but I've got the first one at least to try it, start the story. And this is in the same vein. I've got Mass Effect. Now, Mass Effect, I had this when it first came out, and it was on a special offer in the first week it came out. I think I got it for £20 when you had to trade something in. I went and got it because this sounds awesome. This sounds right on my street. Not really knowing a lot about it. And, yeah, as you know, with RPGs and people like them, there was just a certain point now. I play for it, you talk to people, and I'm like, yeah, cool. And it just gets to a point and goes, there's the galaxy. Off you go. I'm like, what? And I was really confused and bamboozled at the time. Where am I supposed to be going, though? You're not really telling me where to go. And I was just landing on planets going, what the heck's going on? It's just, that just blew my mind. I have not got time for this. I've not got enough hours in the day. I definitely don't really have that time now, I suppose, but I didn't at the time. So I really wanted to get it. I had played it not long ago. I think back in November. I played a little bit on Game Pass, and I did get a bit more into it. So I'm like, I can sort of maybe appreciate it a bit more and level up my characters, which I never did back in the day because I didn't play a lot of RPGs. So I really fancy that and having a good go at that. So it's nice having the collection, and the original trilogy is supposed to be really good. Although everybody hates the ending of Mass Effect 3, but I'd like to get there and find out so I can go, oh, I don't like it either. And the final one. Now, all that whole list that I gave to my wife, I did specify one game going, I want this game though. Please can I have that one? Do not miss that one out. And that is Alan Wake. Now, the reason I wanted Alan Wake, I need to clean the box, but the reason I wanted Alan Wake is because I'm not really into horror, sort of those sort of things. It never really appealed to me at the time because it seems it's a bit horror sort of game, isn't it? A survival horror in some sense. But then I played Control, and I absolutely love Control. And then when I realised, because of the Alan Wake DLC, which I haven't played because I thought I want to play Alan Wake first and sort of appreciate it. But once I understand, actually, it's in that same sort of world, apparently, isn't it? With, I won't give Control away, but those, things that go on in Control is in that sort of world. I'm interested to go back and play Alan Wake and actually see if I like it that way, even though there's the horror elements. And it might be a nice one in the future when I actually get to stream and start streaming, because I'm rubbish with horror games. So you might have me just going, ooh, and jumping. And that's always amusing, isn't it? To watch people get scared and laugh at them. That's entertainment. So, hey, I might do that for your benefit and so I actually play the game. So, if you managed to get to the end of the video, thank you very much for watching as always. And hopefully the audio and the picture wasn't too bad. And hopefully I get my computer fixed, or there'll be a lot more like this. I'll have to do a better setup. Hopefully the 9 minutes of 90s will resume from next week or very shortly. But once again, thanks for your support. If you like everything, thumbs up, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. It's all very much appreciated. And until next time, bye.